All right, so if you missed class on Monday, we're drawing a composition with a bunch of random forms. Go ahead and put your paper horizontally in front of you. We're going to start off by drawing a pole, which is the shape of a cylinder, which is kind of the form of a cylinder, right in the middle of the page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make some vertical lines that go straight up and down, right down the middle of the page. Of course, you don't have to make these lines very dark. Okay, and you just want to try to make them as even as possible. The bottom is going to be connected with a curved line because it is a pole. And in the top, I don't want it to be so bare, so we're going to add like a little sphere or circle on the top. So imagine a circle at the top of this. And we'll go ahead and put that on the top. Okay, the next thing we're drawing as a part of our work is going to be a stove. So we're going to have a stove in our work. Again, very random objects that we're going to end up putting together in one composition. So the next thing we're going to do is on this side, we're going to start off drawing a rectangular prism. So you want to line this up and have it parallel to the side of your book or your paper. And we're going to go ahead and make a rectangular prism right in here. Try to make it as best as you can because it is a geometric form. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the third dimension. So we're going to go ahead and add a couple of diagonal lines here. So go ahead and add your diagonal line at the bottom. This one's going to go in the same direction, and this one also in the same direction. So all three of these are going this way, and they are parallel to each other. So all of these are parallel to each other going in the same direction. We'll connect the bottom is connected with a horizontal line, so this is here, so it will be the same here. Okay, and I made that a little too long, so I'm just going to erase it because I don't want to go crooked. I want to go straight across and go straight across here. And then since we're making a stove, I'm going to go ahead and make this go up right here, and this is going to go up. So two little short vertical lines, and these will also connect with the line that goes straight across. And then we'll make a diagonal line at this corner, just like this one, a diagonal line at this corner, and then we'll connect the back side. And then this back corner, we will drop a line that is vertical, straight up and down, parallel to the side of your paper. And it will come down to connect down here. Now if you didn't make your line long enough, just add. Don't make your line go crooked. You want these two lines to be parallel to each other. Okay. Next thing we'll do is we're going to go ahead and add a line that's going to come, leave a little space from the top. This is going to be our oven door. And this will go ahead and go all the way down to the bottom. And this one will do the same thing, go all the way down to the bottom. These should be parallel to your sides. And this should be parallel to the top. And we'll have a little compartment here that we're going to go ahead and close up like this. And this is going to be a little drawer that pulls out. And this will be for your oven. So make a rectangle here for the handle. I know I'm going fast, so you just have to pause as you go. That rectangle, and then we'll go ahead and make a little diagonal line here, a diagonal line here, and that will be your handle. Make another one here, and that'll go in there. This will be your handle right there. All right, and then the next thing we're going to have in our drawing is a soccer ball. So in order to make a soccer ball, we're going to have to start off with a circle that will turn into a sphere, and then we'll add the details. So let's go ahead and make our soccer ball up here. Just make a sphere as best as you can, or a circle as best as you can. Okay, and the next thing we're going to have is a cone. So our cone is going to be down here. We're going to go ahead and make an ellipse. Okay, so a flattened out circle, flat circle. And then we're going to go ahead and drop this in with a diagonal line here and another one over here. And we'll have a cone. So we have a couple of random objects, and we're going to end up putting them all together in a composition in one drawing. And we're going to try to make it fit. Okay? So if our light source is coming from this corner into our page, this side of our stove is going to be shaded. So let's go ahead and shade that up. And it's going to be a little dark, but not too dark. That means this front side will be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and shade this front side dark, maybe like a 4 value on your value bar. You can go over the handle and everything, and we'll just go back and pull out our details in a little while. And any shading that we get outside of our form, we will just erase. So don't be too picky about it right now. And we'll get this here, erase that. Alright, so these should be about the same value. You can go ahead and blend a little bit, soften up your work. And then we're going to go shade this side right here. This is going to be a little bit lighter. A little lighter value than what we had on those other ends. And that's going to be a light value there. And I'll go ahead and zoom into this so that we can add some detailed stuff. So our stove is there. We're going to go ahead and I'm erasing any markings that are outside of my stove. We don't want random shadings that don't belong just lingering around our paper. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and blend on the top. I'm not even going to add any lead. I'm just going to use what's there from the other lines. That's there. And then I'm going to add a shadow underneath the handle starting from this corner. We'll just kind of go all the way up into that corner and then around the other side. So it's something like that. And I'll also stick a little shading in here. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll make sure we can see these lines here. So if you can't see your lines, you want to make sure you can see them. Those are actually two pieces of the thing. Then we're going to add some ellipses in here for the burners. So some long laying down circles. And they should be evenly spaced from the line on both sides. And then what you'll do is inside of those circles, you're going to kind of make, you have these flat circles that look like that. You're just going to kind of make a little spiral inside. Kind of give it a little detail. You really won't be able to tell what that is. So just do that in there. And then those swirls will give a little detail there. And then for the buttons, you're going to go ahead and you're going to make a thick line on one side, and it'll look like this. So it's going to be thin and then thick. Okay, so a thick line on one side, thin on the other side. And I'll look right here. We'll go ahead and get it in here. And then thicken up one side of the button. Or the knobs. They're knobs, not buttons. Go ahead and do that here. Do it to the other side. Just want to kind of make them about the same size. And get those knobs in there. You can even shade them up a little bit. You can make a line through them. Kind of make them look like they're on or off or turn some way. And then the last thing we're going to do is erase a little rectangle right in the middle here for like the part that has the time or tells you the temperature of the oven and whatnot. So that's going to be that for that part. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to shade our cylinder, which is our pole. So in order to do that, we're going to start off with the sphere that's at the top. The light's coming again from this side. So this will be my dark side. So I'm just going to kind of do like kind of like a what do you call, like a crescent moon. So it's going to come out this way, and we're just going to shade it in a circular fashion. It kind of goes from skinny to fat to back to skinny. This part that's that you can see, that white part, should still look like a circle. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down this line here. I'm going to shade from there, and I'm going to go like a little angle and use some curved lines that come from that line all the way down the pole. And they only go about halfway of the pole. And I went outside my line, so I'm going to, of course, fix this up. I don't want this edge to be my clean edge. This is a clean edge, so I'm going to get that in there. And then we can lighten up this side. This is the side of the light. So I'm going to lighten up this line on this side. Just erase it lightly. And then I'm going to add a little shading. So from the dark side, I'm going to press a little hard, and then as I come out this way, I'm just going to press a little less. Press a little hard, press a little less. And I'm just going to follow the same method all the way up. Start on the line, come across. And then I'm going to use my finger and just blend up and down on this pole here. And anything that's outside the pole, I'm going to use my eraser to clean up. And anything outside on this side, I'm going to use my eraser to clean up. For the sphere at the top, I'm going to lighten up this side over here. And then I'm just going to bring this in a circle and kind of circle around in there. And if it's too dark and you feel like you need to add a little bit more lead in here to blend, mine blended pretty good. But if your shading was a little too dark, you can go ahead and add a little lead in there to kind of blend and make it look like a round piece. And you can erase the stuff that is around your work. And then the last thing we're doing is shading up this sphere. So it's a soccer ball. So I'm going to lighten up this side because this side is the light side. This side is the dark side. So I'm just going to come in here and start making like a crescent moon. It's going to go from the edge and then kind of circle around here a little thick, and then come back too thin and circle around. I'm going to have a little pressure in here, and then you just move in a little lighter. You can see my lines are a little lighter now. Still going in a circle. And then you can use your finger to go ahead and blend this around. You want to go in a circle from the dark side to the light side. And then in the middle part, you can kind of go in a circle there. Try to keep your shape round. And that'll work for now. And then I'm just going to erase all the other stuff from the outside We're going to turn this into a soccer ball tomorrow by adding all the